What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. So, we've got some updates on Pegasus and BYD. A lot of y'all have been reaching out to me to make a video. I'm finally getting around to it, and we're going to go ahead and talk about those. So, let's get to it. So let's go ahead and start with Pegasus. Now, if you've been following the past couple videos that I've put out, they have been talking about they've got a big announcement and it's going to change everything. Well, the announcement is that they are partnering with Phoenix Motor Cars. Maybe you remember the name from the original video that I did. I believe that they had only kind of worked together just to get a couple prototypes out. I don't remember the exact details off the top of my head, but there is now an agreement between the two of them that there will be a minimum of 300 Type A's to be built within the next 3 years. And that's great news for Pegasus, especially considering that they just showed off their first actual Type A, their first physical bus. I believe I said this in the last video I did on Pegasus, but I think that they are doing a really good job so far, and for there to be a minimum of 300, even though it's it's not a huge amount, that's a pretty solid amount for a startup company. Just to recap on what Phoenix Motor Cars does, they basically take non-electric vehicles and turn them into electric vehicles with a focus on commercial vehicles, so the school buses, utility vehicles, forklifts, this, that, and the other. Anyways, moving on from the update, like I said, they actually showed a physical bus, and that was at the TSD conference not too long ago. And here is a look at the bus. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, that doesn't look like what the prototypes looked like, and I was kind of thinking the same thing. Now, this is the Orion. This is what I believe that they were showing off, but there's some differences in there that I was able to very easily notice. So I'm positive that's what that was, but it doesn't really look like what that prototype looks like. And that is perfectly okay. Obviously, this is not the first nor the last time that something has looked different than the renderings that were put out. I don't think it looks terrible, though. So the first thing I want you to keep your eye on is the roof cap where the warning lights are. Now notice in this picture, not only do we have the round warning lights instead of the square warning lights, but we also get the roof cap design that's almost like the Pegasus Zeus that they were showing off, but not exactly. Also, I hate to bring it up, but this kind of looks a little bit like a StarCraft Dodge roof cap. But in this picture, we can see some really defined angles on that roof cap compared to what we were seeing on the renderings. Now, like I said, I don't think this looks terrible. I think that if this is what Pegasus does with the Zeus, that'd be all right. But I'm also kind of interested to see what the rendering of the Zeus brought straight into real life would look like. But obviously the roof cap is the big thing. Now, because of this design of the roof cap, it goes a lot more forward over the windshield than other manufacturers do, which kind of creates this awkward angle above the window next to the driver where that handicap sticker is. So I get why they had to do it, and it just looks a little bit odd. Moving on to the side of the bus, the door almost looks kind of like a StarCraft door or a Transtech door. Not a problem with that, just as long as it's not a StarCraft Dodge door. I think the big turn signal on there is a great choice. I wish that more manufacturers would include a turn signal of that size. Taking a look from the back of the bus, we can see that they went with the dual door design for the wheelchair lift, which, I'm okay with it. I just don't think that the round windows on there necessarily fit because of all the other angles just everywhere on the bus. And even the passenger windows are squared, and having those squares next to two circles kind of looks a little bit odd. You can see on the back of the bus they do have rounded windows though, so it's almost throwing me off a little bit to see the round windows on there, and then we have really squared windows, passenger windows, and just especially paired with the front roof cap that is just completely angled. It's a choice, I guess. Now, the dual door design is in contrast to what we saw on the rendering, which was just a single door design, but I've never had a problem with the dual door design for wheelchair lifts. I'm just interested to see if they're going to keep this or bring it back to the single door. The back of the bus looks fine. The roof cap on the back almost looks like a Thomas, like the front of a Thomas, so that's really interesting. And we're not seeing as much angles from the back of the bus as we are on the front. And aside from the windows, which I already mentioned, the back of the bus I think looks fine in my opinion. Taking a look from the other side, there's not much to say here other than I'm glad they went with tinted windows and black window posts. Here's a look at the front of the bus, and you can definitely make out the angles a lot better in this picture than you could the other one. Again, I don't think they're bad. I think it's going to take some getting used to. And one other thing that just popped up, I'm interested to see what they're going to look like with warning light covers on this, how they're going to do that. And last but not least, here's an action shot of them bringing it back to their factory. Also, might I just say, they apparently worked really hard and got the bus done the day before the conference started, so good job. But anyways, there's all the updates with Pegasus. Let's go ahead and move on to BYD. And now that I open up the picture, I'm not so sure that I do want to move on to BYD, but here it is. This is the BYD Achiever is apparently the name. Yep, I don't think that I have anything real positive to say about this. It's interesting to see a new bus come out that I'm glad to see something new, I guess. I don't know. I don't like this. I mean, this just looks like a toy bus brought to life. This is just, it's the Kia Soul of school buses. The warning lights are particularly odd. There's a lot of black on this bus, more than usual, which looks weird. Here's the back of the bus. The tail light setup is really, really weird. We've got the turn signals next to brake lights and also above brake lights. Weird. And the reverse lights are all the way at the bottom. Also, I don't know why, but that emergency door handle not being like all the way as far right or left as it can be is just kind of weird. Maybe not all the way, but more so than that. And I don't think we've been able to make this out in pictures before, but there's an actual driver's side door that you can get in. You can see there's a step well right there, and there's the door handle, and I guess that's nice, but to see that on a fully integrated bus like this, okay, I'll give them credit there. I mean, this bus just, it's something else. I don't really know what to think about it other than no. I am interested to see BYD's progress as this continues to get further and further into development, and the Type D that they're making, to see if districts order it, and if so, which ones. I don't know. It's just, it's weird, and it's just... Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Let me know your thoughts on the Pegasus and the Achiever in the comments. Let me know what you think about them, what you think that they could change, or you think that's good about them, whatever you want. Let's have a conversation about it. I'm really interested to hear what you all have to say. And with that, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it, I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or your district is going to change over to all Achievers. Sorry. And make sure you also share this video with a friend, show it to your mom, share it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care, don't let anything happen to you. So yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching.